And that is how we get down. I could not be more hyped. What's good, everybody? Welcome into DTL Primetime Live for the last Sunday night football game of the regular season. I'm your boy, the coach. I will navigate this ship for the next 30 to 45 minutes. Now, the NFL schedule makers could not have given us a better post-Christmas gift. 2 14-2 teams. The number one seed in the NFC on the line. What does that mean? That means home field throughout the playoffs. An all-important bye week next week that the Detroit Lions, who have been decimated by injuries, desperately need. The flip side, whoever loses tonight, they will fall all the way to the 5 seed and have to travel to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So a lot for the winners, and so sorry for the losers. Now, both teams coming off wins a week ago. The Lions scored 40 in beating the 49ers. The Vikings beat the Packers by 2. And speaking of the Packers, they did not come ready to play today. They lost to the Bears, so they fall all the way down to the 7 seed. And Jordan Love got knocked out. They're saying he could have gotten back in the game. Christian Watson, he also got knocked out of the game today. We'll keep our eye on them throughout the week. So here's what the playoffs look like at this moment with 5 games still going on. Cardinals up 9. That game doesn't matter. Chargers up 14, about to score again. So they will be locked into the 5 seed, and the Jets are beating the Dolphins by 5. And the Seahawks down by 1. Geno Smith has a $2 million incentive if he can get to 10 wins. So a lot on the line for the final 3.5 minutes there for Seattle. So here's what it looks like. Chiefs have the bye. Bills will host the Broncos because they're up 38-0 on the Chiefs. Ravens will host the Steelers. Third time they will face each other this year. And the Texans will play the Chargers if they can hold on. They're up 14 inside the 20 yet again. Now on the NFC side, which tonight has everything to do with, the Eagles will host the Packers next week. The Rams will host the Washington Commanders, and the Bucs will host the loser of tonight's game. As you guys know, I've got the best damn crew in the business. So without further ado, if you don't mind, it's time for the picks. I already see a lot of it in the chat, and you're absolutely right. AB, let me come over to you, because if Miami or if the Cincinnati Bengals thought for even 1 second the Chiefs were going to stand in the Broncos' way today, you would be sadly mistaken. But I believe that deep down, nobody wanted the Bengals in the playoffs. So this is exactly what the Chiefs wanted. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, coach, crew. Yeah, I'll tell you what. How about we just bubble wrap Patrick Mahomes? Because if he goes out, it's trouble.
Good Lord. Carson wins that entire team. There was maybe a 1 or 2 players that I even recognized, and it's my squad. They played no starters today. Now, he's the only 5-star chef in the game. Seabass, good evening, sir.
Evening, coach. Evening, crew. How about the DMV, man? Ravens win yesterday. Skins with a late one today. Scary Terry with the game winner and sets franchise record for most TDs in a season. Restaurant was crazy today. It was good vibes all around.
Yeah, I love those vibes. The Commanders making it into the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. And finally, his Giants. Maybe I bought them to 4 today, I'll be honest. It was like the worst not the worst bad beat, but 2 personal fouls, Tommy, on the last drive that you could have got the ball back, and then the Eagles kick a field goal to win by 7. Good evening to you, Big Tommy C.
Hello, coach. Hello, crew. And coach, I'm glad it happened. At least we got the 3rd pick. Congratulations to AB, because Tennessee has the number 1 pick in the draft. And you know, I live in an area near New York City, and isn't it sad, between 2 New York teams, we're going to end up with 8 wins between 2 teams.
That is incredibly sad. Incredibly sad. By the way, AB, we are all scheduled to talk about all the head coaches that are getting fired tomorrow. The Patriots, just moments ago, fired Gerard Mayo after 1 season. What do you make of that?
I'd like to welcome Mike Vrabel to the New England Patriots. Yeah, that's exactly what that's going to be. Now, it's fascinating. How long has this been kind of thought of, right? We saw Vrabel just interviewed with the Jets. I think he did that to say, hey, Kraft, you want to do this now? Like, make the decision. So, yeah, Vrabel's going to New England for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, and they knew they couldn't wait for another year because he'd be gone to somebody else. So Robert Kraft's going to eat whatever it is, $15, $20 million. Gerard Mayo, you don't need to work for the next few years. You just made millions and millions of dollars. All right, gentlemen, let's jump into tonight because to say that I'm excited would be an absolute understatement. I have no idea what's going to happen. This number has been moving all over the place for most of the week, the total, but it's the same AB as it was this morning. The Lions favored by 3. They won on October 20th, 31-29 on a late field goal. The total is a very robust 56.5. I like the Vikings tonight. It's just my gut to win on the field because I think their defense is much, much better than Detroit's is. Where are you sitting now about an hour and some change before the game starts?
This is going to be a hell of a game. These are two great football teams. These are two excellent football coaching staffs all the way around. Two solid veteran quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. There are star players all over this field. Look, I lean to the under, and we'll talk about it. These are two teams that really know how to eat up time of possession here, and it means something. But this is going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait.
Oh, man, that is a great, great analysis. It's going to be a hell of a game. And Seabass, it's weird because when you look at the total, but AB just said they're really good at chewing up the clock. But I think the Vikings, because they know that there are at least 6 to 8 starters that are down, that are out, including the entire defensive backfield. They may change their game plan that they normally have, and they may use the pass to set up the run and be a little more aggressive tonight. Your thoughts?
I don't disagree with you at all, Coach. I think we're going to see a lot, maybe not a lot, but we're going to see less scoring than I think that total indicates. I don't know that we're going to see the shootout that most people are expecting. I know that Lions defense in the secondary is like Swiss cheese, and we watched that last week. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting game for sure.
Yeah, the 49ers put up 34 points last week on the Lions. Quick update, the Chargers just scored again. So they're up 21 with 3.5 minutes to go. So they will be locked into the 5 seed, and they'll play the Texans next weekend. So, Big Tommy, let me come over to you because there are also – this is the one game that if you want to bet props, you absolutely can because both teams are going to be playing for the win. When you look at these two and how they've been able to get to 14-2, what have you seen?
I'm the opposite of you guys. I think this is going to be a shootout tonight. We have so many star players on this team. First of all, we're in a dome. We have a fast track. And I think the ball is going to be going all over this place tonight, and they're going to be scoring left and right here. I think the Lions want to put up a big number to show everybody that they are the best in the NFL, and the Vikings have to stay right behind them in this whole game, and they have the players to do it. So I'm looking forward to a big-time shootout in this game tonight. It'll be incredible to watch these two teams go at it tonight.
Yeah, John agrees with you. He says hard to bet on the under between these two teams. John, we agree with you. I think that's why we're so excited because regardless of our takes, we really don't know how these two teams are going to respond to the pressure because it's really all or nothing. It's all or a 5 seed. All right, so if you're new to Primetime, we do our straight picks here at the top, and then after we do the no-fly zone, and what a no-fly zone it is sure to be, we will do our props at the bottom of the hour. So, AB, if you don't mind, let's start with our straight plays here at the top. Where are you headed, sir?
2 plays here. First off, I'm going with the under 56.5. And I guess Big Tommy C, we've got ourselves a showdown here. Look, these are two teams that are going to want to run the football. I don't know how long they're going to be able to do it, but they're going to want to do it. They're going to want to own the time of possession, own the clock, and just get positive yardage. We could see plenty of short yardage passes. I just like the under here. This game just means so much for both teams. And number 2, both teams to get 1+ rushing touchdown because I'll tell you this. Number 1, I think this happens either way. All right, you got Jahmyr Gibbs, you've got Aaron Jones, 2 stud running backs. But if you think that the under is not going to come in, and we're talking about almost 60 points in this game, both sides are going to have a rushing touchdown at some point. So we're going to do it as a little bit of a hedge, but also a way that we could knock down both. So, yeah, give me both at -120.
And by the way, Jahmyr Gibbs, since David Montgomery's been out, he's averaged 20 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown in the last 2 games. That's average. So he's found the end zone in both games. Real quick, I completely lost my train of thought. Seabass, coming over to you. 1 straight play. What do you got, big boy?
We're going to play a teaser, Coach. We played the extra juice to put this to a 7-point teaser. So we've got the Vikings +10. We're going to still take the over, but at 49.5 points. I still think we're going to get some points here. I know there's been a lot of talk about the Detroit run defense. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think we get Minnesota to actually keep it really close. I was almost tempted to take them on the money line, but we'll play it safe. We'll take the teaser. Minnesota plus 10 and over 49.5.
And be sure that you're paying attention to what he said, because a lot of different books, you can add a point. It changes the juice a little bit, but it absolutely matters. By the way, quick update. The Seahawks have scored a touchdown. I feel for Geno Smith, guys. $2 million if they can hold on and win today. 2 minutes to go. They're up by 5. The Rams have the ball at the Seattle 42. A $2 million incentive to get to 10 wins today. All right, Big Tommy C, 2 big plays from you. Explain yourself.
I like the Lions in the money line. I think they want to win this game big time to be number 1 in the NFC. I'm taking it minus 155. I'm taking the over because a little fun fact, fellas, the last 6 times these two teams have played each other, they have gone over the total points. So that's why I'm taking the over.
Look at Tommy C doing the research. I just feel like, Seabass, you and I are just kind of on the sidelines here. This is all about AB and Big Tommy C. I know AB's never shied away from a showdown. Big Tommy, go ahead, AB.
No, I was going to say, look, Tommy, you've never done a showdown, so I'll take the rap on the whole thing, okay? How it's going to go is this. You've got the over, I've got the under, all right? Everybody in the chat right now, just type Tommy if you want in. If the over hits, all right, tomorrow, we'll give out, what do you want to do? $100, 200. We'll give out $200, $50 to 4 people tomorrow if the over 56.5 hits.
All right.
All right.
Tommy, you in?
Venmos.
I'm in.
But in order to win, you have to be watching live tomorrow morning on tomorrow's show. You can't just send us a tweet, go, hey, I'm in. No.
Oh, no.
You got to be here live. I love a good showdown. All right, so the over is 56.5. That is the number that we are going to go with. All right, so tonight we've got 2 quarterbacks who started the season in 2 completely different directions. Jared Goff, he has done something this year that only the GOAT, for now, Tom Brady, has done in his career. At least 8 games of at least a 75% completion percentage. This guy's having an all-time year. And then you got Sam Darnold, who wasn't even supposed to be the starter in Minnesota. Their first-round draft pick goes down. He gets shoved in, and now all of a sudden he's going to be a $40 to $50 million quarterback moving forward in Minnesota or maybe somewhere else. But tonight, they both have to step up. Tonight, they've never played a bigger game than what they're facing here. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to our brand, you picked a good night, because there is only one place that you get the no-fly zone.
Coach, let's start the no-fly zone on the right spot tonight, because Josh Dobbs just hit 7 rushing attempts, which cashes our over 6.5, and he threw a pick, which cashes that one as well. So good vibes going in. Now let's understand these 2 teams. Like I said, they're 2 of the best teams in the NFL. Points per game, 26.4, 33.3, 9th and 1st. Points per game allowed. Defenses, 4th best, 8th best. Time of possession, 11th best, 2nd best. These 2 teams are studs on all sides. Passing offense, 5th and 2nd. But look at that pass defense ranking. All right, both sides, 28th for the Vikings, 31st for the Lions. Anomalies. All right, 19th, the best rushing offense for the Vikings. Not great. 6th for the Lions. 2nd rushing defense for the Vikes, and 3rd for Detroit. You see it. These 2 teams are fighting for a 15th win for a reason. All right, let's take a look at Sam Darnold here and what we have. This is last week versus Green Bay. And your boy can throw it all over the field. You take a look at the Lions' secondary rankings across the NFL. They're good in the middle, but they're not good elsewhere all over the field. And that's why you're going to see Darnold throwing it deep left and deep right. Now, he will attack you a bit, 10 yards and in, more 5 yards and in, to be honest with you, across the middle. But these are generally slants and quick passes where a wide receiver can get in and get out of there But other than that, he could be throwing some yardage tonight. Look at that, 33 of 43, 377, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Now, flip it over here where you could get into trouble. Yeah, you're going to see it. Middle of the field, short left. These are your trouble areas. All right, watch Sam Darnold against the Lions' defensive line. They'll get their hands up, and they're going to tip some passes. That's where he gets into trouble. Short mid and even short left. Deep mid, not good either. That could be a tough spot. Look for the Lions' secondary, all right, specifically their safeties, to push the pass to the middle of the field. Sam Darnold is going to want to use the sideline boundaries. That is your chess battle for tonight on any passes over 10 to 15 yards. Now, the game script for the Vikings, use the pass to open up the run game. All right, yeah, Detroit, they can stop the run. You got Aaron Jones there, but you're going to have to go deep and move those linebackers around. This Lions defense, I don't care who's out there playing. They're physical, and they fly around. Use the pass, leave them in no man's land. Deep left, deep right. Those are where your deep passes are going to be. Now, own the clock, all right? And this is for both teams. Own the clock. Your best defense against a high-powered offense is your offense. Keeping them off the field, all right? If you can go down, be efficient, field goals will matter. Get points on the board and keep them away. And finally, Sam Darnold, run game. Watch. He'll use his legs tonight, and it's going to work. Sam Darnold is quicker than people give him credit for. Watch him taking off. 3 out of 5 stars to throw a pick. Now, taking a look here at Jared Goff. This was last week against the 49ers. All right, a game where Dan Campbell said, I don't care if it means nothing. We're playing. 26 of 34, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 picks. Now, look at the Vikings secondary. The pass game here, it's not great, but they can hit you in spots. All right, short right, deep left. Those could be trouble areas. Jared Goff doesn't throw it deep left too terribly much, but he throws it short right a whole lot. They will go across the middle of the field. Watch for that. They can attack you. Now, his trouble areas here are going to be deep middle, short left, and short right, because what Minnesota will do, their corners can play on an island, all right, and their defensive line can get at you with only 4 guys, all right? Their defensive line can go 4 defensive ends. They can go 4 D tackles, all right? And they can go mix and match. So they have the personnel to do it, meaning that not only can they leave their corners on an island, they can have way more secondary players than you're ready to count for. And Brian Flores is aggressive as hell, and he will have his guys jump routes, so watch it. If Goff's going to throw a pick, it's going to be short left or short right or deep middle. Now, you take a look at the game scripts for the Lions, what they want to do. Must own time of possession. Again, this game is going to come down to who is efficient and who is owning the clock. Now, punish the blitz. Like we said, the way to counterbalance a blitz, even if they're only bringing 4, is you throw the ball right over it. If they're rushing you from the left, you throw it left, right over their heads. You do it again and again and again. Tom Brady does it all the time. You know what they do? They quit blitzing your ass, all right, because you just keep getting chunked. That's what you do. Heavy screens. This is the second best run defense in the NFL. Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Use him in the pass game, all right? And don't abandon the run. There are going to be times to where it's tough. Don't give up. You have to keep going to it, because if you don't, Minnesota's defense will make you one-dimensional, and I don't care who you are. If you're one-dimensional against that defense, you have no shot. 3 out of 5 stars for Jared Goff to throw a pick.
It is a new year. Producer man, could I have my 4 shot, please? I think it's only appropriate as I see a ridiculously high live number, which means we got a lot of new people trying us out, that I ask you all one very simple question, and feel free to play along. Do you want to do that work? I didn't think so. There is only one no-fly zone, ladies and gentlemen, and it's that man right there in the navy blue hat. By the way, AB, your boy Brock Bowers just caught a touchdown with 25 seconds to go in the game. Unfortunately, Malik Neighbors is going to get him by 2 catches for all time by a rookie. But this kid is just special. But I thought he was going to get it today, but he didn't. Are you surprised?
Yeah, well, it's tough, right? I mean, you got two stud players, Brock Bowers from Georgia, Malik Neighbors from LSU. I mean, these guys played against each other in college, right? Like, these two dudes are studs, man. Brock Bowers is a hell of a tight end. Like, that was a great choice by the Raiders, man.
What conference do they come from?
Oh, my God. The SEC.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Raphael.
I was making sure. Raphael, you in the chat?
By the way, shout out to Geno Smith. He got his $2 million. They beat the Rams 30-25. They didn't cover, but he got the 10 wins, so congratulations to him. All right, let's compare these two quarterbacks, Seabass, because tonight, when you look at Jared Goff, can you tell me, here's a little trivia question. Can anybody tell me how many games in a row Jared Goff has thrown at least 3 touchdown passes?
13.
That would be like an all-time record.
First number that popped in my head, Coach.
4. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes, 4 in a row. So I looked at that. It's plus money. Like I think it's plus 155. I almost played it myself. But when you look at these, Seabass, I'm looking at the pass yards, especially for Sam Darnold, because that Lions secondary is awful. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at completions for Jared Goff. I know AB mentioned it in the no-fly zone. If they throw to Jahmyr Gibbs, they run some screens, I think he goes over that. But if they try to push the ball downfield, I don't see him getting to that 26 number. I like the under on completions for Jared Goff tonight.
All right, the under on completions. Big Tommy, let me come over to you. What are you looking at?
I love Jared Goff's completions tonight, 25.5. Here's my deal with Sam Darnold, guys. Is he could have a New York Jet moment where when he was with the Jets, he was just horrible. I have a hard time believing in Darnold. I know he had a great year, but boy, Jared Goff has proved it, and I like his completions tonight at 25.5.
But here's the problem, Tommy, and I know that's been a discussion, but every single week I've said basically the same thing. He's going to fall off a cliff. He's going to fall off a cliff. This kid just doesn't, and he's made some really big plays to keep them with just those 2 losses. AB, for Sam Darnold, who used to be on the same team as Baker Mayfield, Carolina Panthers, he's played great, but tonight's the biggest game of his career. How do you think any of what he's doing will play out as far as props are concerned?
Understand this. This man's playing for a ton of money in a new contract, whether whether Minnesota decides to re-sign him for a deal, whether they franchise tag him, or he goes to the open market, makes even more. Like, yeah, I mean, they got playoffs. Like, there's a lot on the line. Like, Sam Darnold's not a dumb guy. He understands it. But look at these numbers, man. 35.5 pass attempts for both guys. They've got good running backs, man. Yardage almost 300 for Sam Darnold. Like, there's not enough time in a game for all of this stuff, right? Like, are the running backs going to have 2 carries? Like, these are big. Longest pass, 40 yards. I've never seen that, this game is crazy big, man.
But I think the hard thing is figuring out which one is the one to target. You can't play both because then you're going to lose juice if one doesn't hit. But these are gigantic numbers for a Sunday night game. And I think that even if the game could be wide open, guys, through 2.5 or 3 quarters, we've seen it many, many times. Nerves will take over. Coaches will get conservative. They will realize, wait a second, if we win, we've got everything in front of us. If we lose, we're not even going to have a freaking home game probably. So be very careful on which one you want to lean into. Real quick, if there was one number for either guy, AB, which one, if you had to play, if I said you got to play one, which one would it be?
Interception, Jared Goff. That Vikings defensive line is not a joke. They are unbelievable, man. Like they can come at you in so many ways. They just put you in hell. Jared Goff interception.
Dick Fives. Sorry.
Dick Five.
I'm sorry, that kind of caught me out of nowhere. Goff's the only quarterback to have thrown 5 interceptions this year. He is no better than Darnold. I don't know if I agree with that because that was one game. It was an outlier, and I think they still won the game. It went against the Texans, right? They still beat the Texans. Yeah. So it was just kind of one of those games. Sorry, I'm a little bit off. All right, so that is the comparison tonight. If you choose to play a prop, do it at your own risk, but we may have a couple for you coming up right now because we still have to compare the running backs, which are 2 good ones on both sides, and then we have to compare the receivers, and there are 2 all pros. and other really good ones. But right now, it's time to prop it up. Coming off the no-fly zone, AB, you're going to both guys tonight. Let's go.
I am going to both guys tonight. All right, Dick 5, this is for you. Sam Darnold, 1+ pick, -130. Jared Goff, 1+ pick, +105. Look, what you're going to see tonight are defensive coordinators that are blending blitzes, rushes, stunts. They're going to throw everything at both of these quarterbacks. You know why? Obviously, the game's important, but they know each other. They've played against each other already. They understand how these two teams get down, and you're going to see so much. Watch as, pre-snap, when you see motion, all right, wide receiver, running back going across, they're looking to find, are you in a zone? All right, you in man coverage. If the safety follows the wide receiver, it's man coverage. If nobody follows, it's zone coverage. It is going to be awesome, and I think both quarterbacks, they're going to put one in the air tonight for sure.
All right, very, very good. By the way, speaking of awesome, I predicted tonight would be the highest viewed live show we've ever had, and you guys have made that. That's exactly what we have, a gigantic live number. But when you come in, hit the like button for us. It really helps the show grow. I cannot emphasize that enough. Please make that a part of what you do. But thank you, and there's a lot of new people tonight. Welcome to DTL Primetime Live. All right, Seabass, one play here in the props section. What do you like?
After talking about those big quarterback numbers, I'm going to take one of them. I'm going to take Sam Darnold over 39.5 for his longest pass reception. Lions defense is second in the league in 20-yard or more plays allowed, and they're fourth in plays allowed over 40 yards, where the Minnesota offense is first in pass plays over 20 yards, and eighth in 40-plus yards. I think Justin Jefferson gets loose tonight down the sideline, and we see a big touchdown from him. So give me that Sam Darnold over 39.5 as his longest completion.
That's exactly what it's going to be. Or he might be a little bit of a decoy early, and Jordan Addison can take it right down the middle deep as well. So you got two really good options for that longest completion for Sam Darnold. Now, Big Cheesy loves your picks, Tommy. In fact, he says he's going to parlay them together. Explain yourself.
I love Jared Goff over 2.5 passing touchdowns at +170. Your big note before, Coach, and I have that note for you. The last 4 games that Jared Goff has played, he has passed for more than 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. That's the reason why I took that. And then I took Justin Jefferson receptions over 6.5. Like you said, the Lions pass defense is 31st. Guess who's getting the ball tonight? Justin Jefferson. And he will go over 6.5 receptions tonight.
These are really good coordinators tonight, right, AB? And since they're good coordinators, they're going to go to their biggest stars. They're not going to leave something on the field where they go, well, we should have done that. I think you're going to see the stars early and often tonight. Do you agree that the coaches are thinking that way? Because even the coaches, this is a big game for them too.
100%. Look, I'll tell you this. I couldn't even find punt props because both of these coaches are liable to go on 4th down. Like, you're going to see everything go out here. Like, this is going to be great, man. Like, I literally couldn't find punt props. Dude, it's going to be an awesome game, man. Awesome.
It really, really is. By the way, I should full disclosure, tonight I'll be watching on my phone because you guys know every month me and my daughter, we have season tickets to a big theater out here. And tonight is Back to the Future, the musical. I'm pumped. I'll report on it tomorrow. It may be in my Monday mishap. It may not, but I'll be there with my beautiful daughter, Kiana, tonight. So I'll have to check the score. What's that?
Power of love, Coach.
Yep. You'll hear a little Chuck Berry tonight, boy.
Money. All right, let's compare numbers because there may be other props that you out there like that maybe we're not hitting on. By the way, shout out to Roberto Bibbo, 5 premium memberships he just gifted a minute ago. So Aaron Jones is now a Viking, no longer a Packer. And Jahmyr Gibbs, he no longer has David Montgomery. And AB, since David Montgomery's been out, Jahmyr Gibbs is like, give me the rock and I will produce. He had a gigantic game last week against the 49ers. So here are their numbers. What sticks out to you other than, I think I've already played that -328. Good Lord. You can't play that one. What do you like, AB?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. That's why I took both teams to have one rushing touchdown. Look at these, right? Minus 115, minus 320. All right. I look at what comes to my mind first is look at the rush attempts for the Lions. Okay, 18 and a half. Passing attempts was 35 and a half, right? I'm not a mathematician. What is yeah, like how many plays are the Lions running tonight? You know what I mean? Like, dude, in 90 and a half rushing yards with 295 passing, like, dude, this Vikings defense is pretty good. Like, it's a lot of yards, man. Like, they can all get it, but dude, this is an unders game in terms of how much these numbers are juiced because it's the last game and everybody's betting it.
We saw it all day today across all these different games. These books are not stupid, so be very careful. If I was to pick out one, to me, I'm probably going to go Aaron Jones, longest rush, 13 and a half. The Lions defense is just terrible, and they get gashed every single week. And for Aaron Jones, when they're going to play a cover 2 to keep track of Justin Jefferson, he'll get 14 at least one time, probably a couple of times. All right, Seabass, coming over to you. Which one of these guys you like?
I like Aaron Jones a lot. Coach, if you go back to August, maybe September, when we did our 35 days of NFL or whatever it was, I believe I took Aaron Jones over 4.5 touchdowns, which he got 5 rushing touchdowns, plus 2 receiving touchdowns on the year. Look, though, everybody talks about the Lions' rush defense. They've given up the 3rd least yards in terms of rushing yards allowed, but they're number 13 in yards per carry allowed. So I like Aaron Jones to possibly go over that number. I think the reason they've allowed so few yards is because the Lions offense puts up so many points. Teams have got to abandon the run and start to throw. So I think Minnesota ball control tonight, utilize that time clock. I think we see Aaron Jones, a good dose of him to get some yards. He also hit 1,000 yards this year.
I feel like a lot of people are leaning into Aaron Jones right now. Big Tommy C, come over to you. I'm very impressed with your work tonight. What about these two, sir?
I'm another guy with Aaron Jones. I think he's going to go over to 58.5. Even though the Lions are 3rd against the rush, I think Aaron Jones is going to definitely go over to 58.5 tonight. The Vikings have to establish a little run tonight in order to get Justin Jefferson open there tonight. This game is, I'm telling you, this is going to be an unbelievable game tonight. I think Jones is going to go over the 58.5 in rushing tonight.
All right. Tommy, I'm impressed, big dog. I'm impressed. Shout out to Don. He says, like where your head's at, coach, on that longest rush. Don, thank you very much. All right, producer man, let's flip the script. Let's take a look at these all-pro wide receivers. If you guys haven't watched receivers on Netflix, take the time to do it. These two are the most likable dudes in the entire league, and they're fantastic. Justin Jefferson, someday, AB, he could challenge that record that Mike Evans tied Jerry Rice with today, because Justin Jefferson, he's had 1,000 yards every season despite injuries. He's on another level. He got his bag. He has earned it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he got his new bag, and he has earned it. So when you look at these two guys, who might you be leaning into more?
Both of them. Like, I love both of these dudes. And look, man, if you're going to play receiving yards, go ahead and just play the longest reception for both of these guys, because look, you're going to get to 100. JJ's going to have one that's 29 yards or more. It's probably same deal with Amon-Ra. Or look at the anytime touchdowns, okay? Like, you could put together a 2-leg parlay here, all right, of, say, Justin Jefferson and Jahmyr Gibbs, each to just score a touchdown, plus 135, right? Like, you have weapons, especially if you think that the over is going to hit damn near 60 points. It's like 7 or 8 touchdowns in this game. So I would look to simplify instead of playing huge receiving numbers, which they could totally get. I'm not saying they can't, but you could find ways that correlated are going to happen. If Justin Jefferson gets 97.5 over, he's going to hit that longest reception, and he's probably going to take one to the house. Same deal with Amon-Ra. Like, I would look at longest reception anytime TDs. You could put together some nice little 2-leg parlays. Lots of stars here.
Great take. By the way, these numbers, like AB has alluded to, Mike Evans today, his number was 99.5. These are so juiced high. If you've got a wide receiver and you're not used to betting props on them, if they have a 9 in front of their name, that's really hard for them to get to. really hard. They've got to have a great game, and they got to catch balls throughout the game. So 97.5 is a really big number. Seabass, where are you headed on these two guys?
I like the word AB used there, correlation. And since I'm on Sam Darnold over 39.5 for his longest completion, let me get Justin Jefferson at that longest reception of 28.5.
Boom and boom. Big Tommy, what do you like on these two?
Well, one of them's my props, and I like Justin Jefferson, 6.5 receptions. Let's face it, both of these guys' pass defense is not great. And I also like Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown. And let's face it, man, this dude makes some incredible catches. That's the only difference I see between him and St. Brown. He makes some incredible acrobatic catches, and I like Jefferson here tonight.
Yeah, he definitely utilizes the length and his height to his advantage. A couple of guys in the chat, AB, let's let them know if we like what they're playing. Reed says Addison touchdown, Laporta touchdown, Goff's 3 passing touchdowns, plus 1,000. What do you think?
I love it. Like, I can't hate on that at all, man. Like, I know I'm on the under, but dude, these guys, both of these quarterbacks do not screw around in the red zone. They score, right? So they've got the studs to do it. I like it. I like it, man. It's worth a shot.
I do too. Zach Seabass says Jefferson 80 plus, St. Brown 65, minus 110. Don't love it, but that's my only play for the game. So putting two together, bringing their yards down a little bit, maybe that's the way you play it.
Coach, these alternate lines, like they're a prop bettor's dream. You could 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you couldn't go to your corner bookie guy and be like, hey, let me get an alternate line on reception yards so I can hit a parlay. They'd be like, what are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, 80 is still a big number, but yeah, I mean, if that's the way you're going to go about it, I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah.
Think about this real quick.
Yes.
To hit the over, all right, 8 touchdowns in this game still hits the under. Theoretically, all right, you're gonna need now. You got to figure out how to field goals play into this. But if you think the over's gonna hit, there are a lot of people scoring touchdowns tonight. You know what I'm saying? So take a look at it that way. If you like points, dude, this is a anytime TD player's dream. Except Jameer minus 320.
I don't think I've ever seen. Maybe Derrick Henry had a number like that this year, but that is bananas. I don't know that I've ever had a game in my entire career that I've been this excited, but there's this much banana land going on. This is absolutely crazy. And I think we're all here for it. I mean, this is exactly what the NFL wanted heading into tonight. Big Tommy C. These are 2 stars. Would you put something together to bring the number down? Or perhaps, this is crazy, maybe play the 2 touchdowns for Justin Jefferson because they have a tendency to really lean into him when they need it.
Oh, I'm definitely taking JJ. I'm betting on him all day long. 2+ touchdowns for him tonight. And I like St. Brown too, but Jefferson is just a unique dude, man. And I think they're going to go after tonight with him. And I like that. I like 2+ touchdowns there, Coacher.
All right. Let's hit real quick, AB. I know they're not on the graphic, but there are a couple other that people may want to play. Jameson Williams, since his suspension, he's been a really go-to guy. His number tonight is 59.5. and it's juiced to minus 120. Do you think maybe he will get to that tonight? Because sometimes Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's very unselfish. They don't force it to him if he's double covered, and the guy they go to now is Williams.
Oh, dude, I've seen Jameson Williams since he was playing at Alabama. All right, this dude is Devontae Smith, but bigger. He is a stud. He can take it to the house at any moment. And I say it on the other side, Jordan Addison, right? Like the number 2 wide receivers on both of these teams could go have monster games because the number 1s are getting such big looks and a safety shaded over them. Hell yeah, man. Like that's not a bad look at all. And
there's one player that I haven't heard anybody talk about. He did not play in the first game. He was hurt last year in this game, tore his ACL, tore his MCL, missed the entire first part of the season, and is back tonight. I think TJ Hawkinson is going to make a big-time difference. Seabass, do you like the big tight end who was the first-round draft pick for the Lions in 2019? So he's got a lot of motivation tonight for a lot of reasons.
I do like him a lot, Coach. I went back and forth with him earlier about something else we'll get to a little bit later, but I think he has a solid game for sure.
All right. Seeing in the chat, I think we got to all of the parlays. All right, I think we are good to go. By the way, guys, we have broken a record tonight. This is the biggest live audience we've ever had in the history of DTL. So thank you guys very much. I mean, this is the way you start out 2025. And we are here every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We only have a couple more primetime shows, though. We've got a playoff game next Monday night, and then maybe one more, but that's just about it here in 2025. All right. There's a lot of you that were not here at the top of the hour by way of the number. So we go back through our picks. I don't need the whip around music, producer man, but we do have 10 seconds, maybe one nugget. Let's start with our straight picks. AB, what do we got?
Yep, going with the Vikings-Lions under 56.5. Also going Vikings-Lions, both with a rushing touchdown each. And can the Titans trade in that number 1 pick for the rights to Ohio State wide receiver Jeremiah Smith? Can we go ahead and just do that?
If he could leave this year, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
It'd be phenomenal.
Oh, my gosh. He's got 2 more years at least, I believe. Seabass, you got one straight play. Talk to me.
Teasers have been working great for me this season, so I'm going to continue with that because I was too much of a sissy to bet the over at 56. So 7-point teaser, little extra juice here, Vikings plus 10 and over 49.5.
That was kind of sissified, Seabass. I'll agree with you there. Big Tommy C, 2 plays. You're up.
I love the money line with the Lions. Let's face it, folks, man, they wanted to be the team all year. All they got to do is win the game. That's why I like the money line, and I love the over just because the pass defenses on both teams are really Swiss cheese.
They really, really are. It's all about that defensive line. All right, how about the props, AB?
Yep, we're going to go with both quarterbacks to throw a pick, and let me give you a little hint and a tip. When you get to the playoffs here, all right, you should notice I like to bet props that are drive enders, interceptions, field goals, punts, touchdowns. Something has to happen, fumbles, all right? Every drive has to end one way. It's guaranteed, all right? When you get to the playoffs, those are absolute game changers for betting.
Love that. Seabass, you're up.
Sam Darnold, longest completion, over 39.5 yards. Justin Jefferson getting loose down the sideline for the touchdown.
I can see that happening big time. JJ, step up tonight. Or Jordan Addison. We don't care which one. All right, Tommy C, 2 plays. Let's go.
I love Goff over 2.5 passing touchdowns, and I love me some Justin Jefferson over 6.5 receptions. He'll get that in the first quarter, guys.
4 straight games. Jared Goff has at least 3 touchdown passes. This guy's having an all-time year, an absolute all-time year. We'll see if Brian Flores and that defense tonight can slow him down. I think the Lions have a lot of pressure on them tonight because they do not want to play a first-round game. They need the week off. The Vikings are healthy. The Vikings have everybody playing, guys, but the Lions, not so much. A lot of pressure on them. All right. Now, there are a ton of new people here tonight. We do something because we believe here at DTL, Primetime Live, that it doesn't have to be serious all the time. You can have a good time, educate, and entertain. You can laugh. It's allowed. But we also have a very serious competition. And the number 1 in the chat is Touchdown Tina. You have any questions? Ask her. But here on the show, we've got DG, unfortunately. We've got AB, who just cashed another one. So, AB, you are our OG. And so you get to go first tonight. The first touchdown, the gem. Where are you headed, sir? Because you now have 3, count them, 3 diamonds above your name. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. And you know what? You just named it. Jordan Addison, all right? Plus 1,100. I think the Vikings come out and want to put points up on the board ASAP. Give me the young cat there, Addison, 1,100. And if the over hits, it's going to cost me $200. So come on, Addison. Let's make some of that money up. Let's go.
That it will. All right, Seabass, somehow you have 2, and tonight you're hoping for a 3rd. Who you got?
Somehow, that sounds kind of shady there, Coach, but we'll stick with the chalk. I'm going to take Jameson Williams for the Lions to get that first TD tonight.
Great analysis there, Seabass. Thank you.
I don't need any analysis. Just go for it. That's how I got them all before. Keep going with what brought me.
Brought him to the dance. All right, Tommy Carlucci.
Yes.
I believe you got yours before I got mine, correct?
Yes, I did.
Golly. All right, you're up next.
Everybody thinks it's going to be St. Brown or Justin Jefferson or Jamison Williams. No, it's going to be the tight end Sam Laporta at plus 1,100, and you can put that diamond up right next to my name there, Coacher.
All right. I'm going to go with the guy I just talked about, TJ Hawkinson. He's got a big old chip on his shoulder. He missed the earlier game this year. He got hurt last year in this game, and I think tonight a lot of books have him at a different number, anywhere from plus 1,200 to plus 17 I have seen, but I love TJ Hawkinson tonight. And because my eyes are bad, AB, producer man, I believe has Cam Akers. Is that correct?
That is correct. Former Rams running back himself.
Who also came back from an ACL in 7 months one time. That's just like Superman level. I mean, that's absolutely bananas. All right. Good luck to everybody. And if you're going to play along in the chat, go ahead and type it in there. Tina's going to go with Craig Reynolds, apparently, she says tonight.
Oh.
She always she's like a soothsayer. She's
I'm gonna change
incredible
my
with
pick.
this. Yeah, real quick. Go do a touchdown. Tina does. All right. We like to end every show where I like to let my guys give their final takes. And tonight, when we have well over 2,000 people watching live, guys are amazing. I just hope you enjoy the game. And remember why we love this so very much for nights like tonight when it's all on the line. This is what you want. Just like Dan Campbell said, you can't get any better than this. All right. Final take time. Big Tommy, start us off.
The NFL always gets it right, fellas? This is the last game of the regular season, and this is going to be a barn burner. It's for number one. Man, this is going to be a great game, and I can't wait to watch it.
Seabass.
I agree. I think we're going to see an exciting game here, but I'm more focused on Dan Campbell and what he may or may not do if we're close down in the fourth quarter. I'm watching the whole game just to see what Dan Campbell does at the end of the game.
Kick a field goal one time.
Maybe, probably not, but let's see.
Like AB said, there's going to be no punts and no field goals tonight. AB, bring us home.
Yep. First off, Dick 5, welcome to the crew. Good to have you. We need you in here every single day. And second off, this game's about balance. If you're a live bettor and you start to see, all right, somebody walking on a beam, starts getting out of hand. You start seeing second downs and 14s and those kind of things. Yep, start betting the other way because that means that generally that other team's going to score pretty quick. So,
no doubt about it. Shout out to Matt. He says, excellent show as always, guys. Appreciate the picks, knowledge, and entertainment. And let's go raise hell. All right. We want all of you, every single person that's watching live right now, to join us every single day. If you can't join us live, join us on demand right here on our YouTube channel, or you can join us on all of the Stadium apps, which will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Amazon Prime, DirecTV, YouTube TV. Also, one other quick note. We have another brand, BTT. It's a wrestling brand. Well, tomorrow we're going live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with the Coach and Bro Show, and then live after the very first Raw on Netflix. So we've got 2 live shows in addition to the morning show for DTL. So just turn on your notifications. Follow both YouTube pages, and you can't be left out. God, I love doing this so much. All right. It's now that time of the show for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to be kind to one another, be honest with each other. It's the only way that this thing can work. And understand this. With everything on the line tonight, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My Thai crew, Lumbo, the only 5-star chef in the game, Seabass. My man from the Northeast, covering everything New York City, Big Tommy C. My partner, AB. And never forget about producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1,000,000. I am simply the coach. Try to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Every single day right here on DTL Prime Time Live. Good luck.